Special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Here's Tatum and Slam.
In your face.
You play 2K.
All the time.
You act.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And now you have an album. Anything you can't do?
I can't.
Coming right up, the Rockets. It's NBA basketball on 2K's Payday.
Welcome.
Influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. Now a chance, guys, to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for him.
And those are some numbers that he can't be happy about. His rebounding totals have taken a dip over the past few months. He's got to get back to giving the kind of effort on the boards we were seeing from him earlier.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the small forward position. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ballgame. This end of the season awards already being debated. What did it mean to you when you were named All-NBA?
Well, it meant a lot, especially in my era, again, of playing against the best power forwards, I feel, in a group of all time. And so it meant a lot. There's only one power forward position, and so to be on that All-NBA team is something that's more special to me than being an all-star, because it's not about being the best 12 or 24. It's about being the best 5 in the league. And so those moments were always special, being named the first team NBA.
And like you said, you played in the golden era of the best players ever to play that position.
I tell you what, I think I played in the era where anyone that you would have picked in the power forward from the Western Conference, I couldn't have been upset at over myself, because everyone played in such a dominating fashion. Their teams were winning, and I knew personally how hard it was to guard these guys one-on-one.
Yep, it counts.
Oh, and that catch and shoot Jay from Harden is unblockable, just quickly shooting off the pass.
Anthony dishes to McCollum. Covington against Collins. Lillard outside. Nurkic trying to get open. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Well, that'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. To the left wing. Now here's Nurkic, guarded by Tucker, and there's the foul. It will go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. Outside Anthony. Nurkic trying to get open, and Anthony gets it to go. And that'll tie this game up.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now, here is Harden. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Lakers.
So many of his points came at the line. The D was trying to play him physically, and he just said, yeah, bring it on.
And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Jusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20, 25, and 5 game? The Bosnian Beast making a name for himself.
Harden has a wide-open look. Again, the miss by Harden. For Portland, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Lillard. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
He plays with so much heart. McCollum, I mean, is constantly battling on the court. This time, it's on the glass.
Harden with it. Lillard picks him up. Westbrook against McCollum. Over to the wing. House the pass to Tucker. Houston moving it around. Just 4 to shoot. Another miss by Houston.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah. And I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
McCollum scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. The Rockets again can't hit. And here's Portland. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Stolen by Westbrook. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Rockets making a change here. Rockets trail by 6. Passes to Trent. Back to Lillard. 4 on the shot clock. A three-pointer off the mark.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
And here's Harden for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Harden's got 5 now.
What confidence from Harden. He's a lethal three-point shooter. He knows he has the green light.
Here's Trent. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Will come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Talking about great confidence.
And so it's Portland with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll return shortly.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to...
You can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Green is out there with DeMarre Carroll. Then it's Ben McLemore. Then it's Rivers. And it's Clemens in at the 1 spot. Rockets trail by 6. Carroll passes to Clemens. Back to Carroll. Stolen. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Azania. And the 3 off target. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to the Grizzlies. And there's the pass to Clemens. Green breaking loose. Traps in the tray.
Well, Mike D'Antoni, he's a legendary coach in this game. He's found success at almost every stop he's coached at, only missing the title to cement his legacy.
And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That'll be his second foul of the game. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Azania. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. And with Mike D'Antoni, Chris, you can see his influence as a coach throughout the NBA.
Yeah, a lot of modern offenses borrow from things D'Antoni created. The up-tempo early offense is a product of the 7 seconds or less era. I mean, his imprint is all over the NBA.
And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Green. And the layup's good off the glass.
He'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and take a look at the leading rebounders since the All-Star break. Second is Hassan Whiteside.
He has taken his rebounding very seriously since the break. It's really paid off for him and his team.
Carroll kicks to Rivers. From outside, off the mark.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open 3 like that.
Here's Little. And it's Little finishing it off.
He is a fantastic athlete for a power forward. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for with hops.
Rivers gets a wide-open look. Off target with his 3. Trailblazers leading by 7.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
To the middle. Here's Green. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level 6 man for the rest of his career.
Trent passes to Hazanya. Here's Trent. He's guarded by Rivers. We've got 1:28 left in the first half of the game. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Pass to Clemens. Now here's McLemore outside. Good on the three-point shot.
That's the kind of player McLemore is. He is always thinking of shooting as soon as he gets the ball off the pass.
Trailblazers moving the ball around. Now here's Little. He's guarded closely. And it's Little finishing it off.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Rivers finds Green. He's looking for Carroll and finds him. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And he comes up with the deuce.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
So both teams making some changes here. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Greg, let's take a look at Nasir Little. More power and athleticism at this point than skill, wouldn't you say?
I mean, no doubt. As an amateur, he could rely on the physical gifts to dominate. But in the NBA, you have to be able to shoot and handle with confidence. I think Little will get there because he has a tremendous work ethic.
Trailblazers leading by 9. To the left side wing. Back to Collins. Pass to Lillard. 5 on the clock. Releases. Kept alive. Here's Whiteside. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Whiteside's got the lead up to 11 now for Portland. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Trailblazers lead by 11. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They lead by 11. Jack, how do you think Portland played?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the...
And that...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Hassan Whiteside in this game. Guys, he's everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins is out there with Anthony, and it's Whiteside in at the 5.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Lillard from outside. He's off on that one. The Rockets go the other way with it. Westbrook passes to House, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Chris, is there someone you competed with that you feel is underrated by history, has not been given their due?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think when you look at White Chalk to Jason Williams, what he started in the culture of play and what he continued. And you look at Ben Wallace, who I played with 4 years at Washington, and he was coming off the bench there, and we saw that potential with him. I mean, the way he led the league in rebounding, his defensive prowess. I mean, the Pistons wouldn't have had a championship and gotten to another final if it wasn't for him. And also, I got to shout my man out, Mike Bibby and Peja Stojakovic, two of the best shooters I've played.
Great names, and I totally agree.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
What a performer this guy is. He relishes the chance to hammer it down. Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Lillard attacking, and Lillard throws it down.
Well, you can't give any lane to the basket. Once Lillard sees it, he jumps all over.
Harden kicks to Chandler. Harden dishes to Chandler, and Chandler throws it down.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Green, he's checked in for the Rockets. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. The three from Harden, nailed from three-point land. Harden's got 10 points in the game.
And when Harden feels the D playing off of him, he knows. He hits them with a quick pull-up J. I mean, a shot he knows. Not many defenders can block.
Back to McCollum, intercepted. And now it's Westbrook running. He can go all the way. And good that time. Westbrook's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Wasted no time on that one. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
Once he turned it on, he became a force in this game. Not sure where this guy was in the first half. Well, you think about a franchise player, it's hard to find a better example than Damian Lillard. His play, his presence, Kevin. He's one of the most important players in Blazers franchise history.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Simons is checked in. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Nurkic against Green. Lets it go. Uses the glass to drop it in. As you were talking about the presence of Lillard. Very cool and always composed.
Oh, Kevin, I love Damian Lillard. I mean, he's from Oakland. He has that town toughness. He's got that dog in him. I mean, he speaks softly and carries a big stick.
The kick out to Westbrook. Outside Covington. Dishes it to McLemore. Here's Westbrook. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Westbrook's got 4 points in the quarter.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
Here's Clemens. Nurkic with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Houston making some changes. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Green. Damari Carroll comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. 1:06 left in the third quarter of the game. Shots good by McLemore.
And that three-point shot from McLemore is just cash. Don't let this guy get free from the perimeter.
Deep two from Anthony. And off the left side of the rim. And it swirls in for him. Anthony's got his second bucket of the night. Rockets trail by 8. Rivers surveying the D. Pass to Clemens.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
The Rockets shooting their first free throws of the game. First one falls for him.
And most fans think of the Rockets as offense only, but that's not the case at all.
No, GA, I mean, they force a good amount of turnovers, and they trap pretty well. I mean, the defense has been solid for them the past few years, if you ask me. Nothing mind-blowing, but this team is certainly not one-sided.
The pass to Trent. The shot. but they'll get another chance. Here's Nurkic. Pass to Whiteside. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's his third foul of the game. James Harden, he's checked in for Austin Rivers. Launches it. Trent gets the bucket. Trent's got 8 points.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, Kev, I mean, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
Carroll finds Harden. They get the rebound.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Can't hit that one.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. So on the floor for Houston, Jamari Carroll is out there with Chandler. Then it's Harden. Then it's Ben McLemore. And it's Clemens in at the point.
Good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Simons, the pass to Anthony. Here's Whiteside. And that'll be 2 free. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video reviews showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Harden draws the double, passes it to Clemens. Chandler trying to free himself up, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Clemens.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's McCollum. Kicks it to Nurkic. A second chance effort, and Chandler sends it back.
And how about the basketball IQ of Chandler? Just knows exactly when to sky and commit to blocking shots. And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pass to Nurkic. It's McCollum on the wing, guarded by Harden. The pass to Lillard from outside the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And the Trailblazers lead by 6. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Stolen by Collins. Here is Lillard. Outside Collins. McCollum passes to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Jacks up a 3. And another 3 for Portland.
The quick, accurate release. McCollum thrives on catch and shoot opportunities.
Pass to McLemore. Here is Harden. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Back to McLemore. Clock at 4.
And the athleticism always been NBA caliber. Carroll showing it off there with the finish.
Now Lillard. McCollum outside, beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Houston. Nurkic with the steal. Takes it off the glass.
The closer Nurkic is to the basket, the more dangerous he is. A solid interior scorer.
Rockets trail by 9. Out to the wing. McLemore inside the line. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. McCollum finds Collins. Nobody near Lillard. Misses the 3.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be given.
The Rockets with another miss. Trailblazers leading by 9. And there's the call on Chandler. That's his first foul. .119 left in the fourth quarter. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. Harden against McCollum. Harden kicks it to Tucker. Passes it to Covington. The Rockets again can't hit. Portland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Lillard dishes to Anthony. McCollum controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
You know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart. But that's what they're looking for. They need him to take on a bigger role this game.
Collins passes to Lillard. Takes the 3. Hits it from three-point range.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You can tell they wanted that one. I know that's serious.
Here's Anthony. Good, nice job down low.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
And here's Westbrook from the arc, and the 3 ball is good.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it. And that's a shame.
Shooting for Portland, C.J. McCollum.
They throw good, McCollum.
You know, if you got game, you got game. And we're starting to see more players come from small schools and go on to become special talents like McCollum. You don't see it too often, but it's definitely starting to happen. Shows you what happens when you put in the work.
Pass to Kuboka. Here's Rivers. From deep, McLemore. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up.
RPM tech benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, It's Doris Burke from 2K. It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on DA. Well, no doubt, David, he is one of the best. Thank you. And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for him.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him. And a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that Coach would probably like to see him reverse.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt, and it's Capella in at center. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker, and it's House in at the small forward position.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
Inside, Covington. Oh, he misses the dunk. Here's Atlanta now. And it's Hunter with the jam.
And boy, when Hunter's aggressive, good things seem to happen for him and his team.
For Atlanta, they come in off a loss to New York. Pass to Harden. Kicks it to House. Now the pass to Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. Houston moving it around. No good on the 3. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Here's Hunter. Left side Collins. Takes a 3. Young. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, I think this is the start they wanted. Come out and put some points up early. 3 or 4 so far.
Westbrook dishes to Tucker. Count that one.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring.
Bucket is good.
Only 1 miss in the first 5 attempts. Clearly feeling it.
Covington finds Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player. And Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
In drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Love when Harden uses that great leaping ability to finish with power.
Passes it to Herter. And here is Capella to the inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Out of Wake Forest, John Collins quickly emerging as a top-notch scorer. A tremendous finisher, and his range extends out beyond the arc.
And players with big numbers on losing teams can be accused of empty stats. So, Greg, you take Collins's with a grain of salt?
You look at his field goal percentage, high 50s. He's not just a high-usage player. He is highly efficient.
And he makes that one.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Now, here's Teague. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. And it's Carter missing. For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the Los Angeles Lakers. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Here's Reddish. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. He was all alone on that one.
You know, there isn't a lot of time in between when T caught the ball and then when he let it fly. I mean, that was a great example of a quick catch and shoot.
And it goes down 2 points.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
The Hawks have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. 44 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Floats one up. Count it. Teague's got his second bucket of the night.
Excellent penetration from the point guard there. Teague, great quickness getting to the rack.
Outside House, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 5th assist in this one. The Hawks trail by 3. And Carter has it in the corner. Pass to Reddish. To the paint. Kicks it out to Collins. Pass to Dedmon. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way.
Well, I'm not sure how that one found the bottom of the net, but hey, you take it when it comes.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
In the corner, Collins with it. Over in the corner, Reddish. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Rockets lead by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
On the court for Atlanta, you've got Reddish. Bembry out there with Teague. Then there's Carter. And it's Fernando in at the center position. Mark, you played the traditional power forward position in the NBA years you had back in the 80s at such a high level. Who's doing that right now?
Tell you what, the power forward position has changed so much, Kevin. These 4 men now are not really the enforcing type physical guys that we saw in the 80s and even 90s. They're agile, they're rim protectors, they're shot makers from deep, and guys like Anthony Davis and Marcus Aldridge.
Yes.
Man, I tell you, Anthony Davis goes to the top of my list in today's game.
Blake Griffin, another one with Detroit.
Yeah, good call.
Here's Rivers after the basket by Atlanta.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Fernando, the pass to Bembry. Here's Fernando. He kicks it to Carter. For 3. That's good from Teague on the assist from Carter. Teague's got 7 points in the game.
And over time, Teague has really gotten more and more comfortable shooting his 3-point shot, and that's impressive considering what a weapon it can be for him.
For the finish, finishes the break with a slam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scale.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys. Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
Rivers passes to Kira. Back to Rivers. Shoots the 3. Reddish grabs the rebound. Atlanta with the ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace.
Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense. Moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Bembry. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Carter's got 3 assists in the game.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Now here's Rivers. He's still scoreless so far in this one. There's the pass to Clemens. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. And part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duties.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff, delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
The Rockets making a switch here. Tucker's checked in. Atlanta also. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. 1:14 left in the first half. And that one is hammered home.
That's just unselfish basketball by Tucker, making the extra pass to set up his teammate.
Young with the ball. He's got 6. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Covington. Now Westbrook. It dropped for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
Now, here's Hunter. He's guarded closely. Young drives in, shakes him. That's tipped.
A rare rejection that time from Tucker, using that long reach, though, and times it perfectly.
And the jam by Harden.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slant.
And, guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Young passes to Capella. Back to Young. Up in time. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. It's a tie game here in Houston. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Bernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jets. And Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They did jump out to a lead in the opening. And that...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Chandler out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the 3 spot. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Young with no one around. Wide open shot is on the money. Young's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Hawks. Harden draws the double. Here's Covington. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Really nice work here from Covington to draw the foul on his way up. He's got a real talent for drawing fouls and getting himself to the foul line.
And both free throws good for Covington. And the level of detail that Robert Covington approaches defense with is just phenomenal. He is always prepared for his matchup.
Yeah, and that's why he's an outstanding defender, Kevin, because he's got the physical attributes. He's got excellent speed and quickness for a guy of his size, good length and strength, outstanding hands. But he does a nice job of studying his opponent and what he needs to do to be effective defensively. I think he's one of the better defenders in the game and on the wing.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Up top, Capella. It's tipped. And it's Houston on the break. And Harden with the stuff.
Man, I like the activity of Covington's hands. He's constantly active, which is why he's able to get these steals.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Collins gets to Capella. Down low. Here's Young. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Young's got 10 points in the game.
And having to respect Young's deep range defensively, hard to close off the lane. The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Herder passes to Capella. Passes it to Hunter. Young outside, just 5 to shoot. Three-pointers off the mark. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Houston Rockets. The lead is 2. Westbrook. And it's good. 2 points. He's got 9.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Hawks have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Young dishes to Collins. Covington with it, and guarded by Capella. Covington into the lane. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Now it's a 6-point Rocket lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Herder, guarded by Harden. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. Carroll against T. Kicks it to Dedmon. Pass to Bembry. Over in the corner, Reddish. 4 on the clock. Releases from 15. He can't hit that time. And the Rockets take it the other way.
And if they're thinking they can get a 2-for-1 here.
Well, we'll see if they have the awareness to realize that.
Here's Hunter. And it's Hunter with the jam.
Solid in transition. Hunter's eyes light up when he gets a chance to finish one of those off.
Here's Rivers. The pass to Clemens from the arc. Great D that time from T. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Hunter. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Carroll finds Tucker. And the foul on Cam Reddish. That's his first foul. Here's Clemens. Good on the triple. He's got 6.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Rockets ahead of 5. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. And now we take a look back to Mike D'Antoni talking to his team from the huddle.
How big is that other red guy?
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. On the court right now for the Hawks. Hunter is out there with Carter. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. Then it's Reddish. And it's Bembry in at the point guard position. A nice shot by Tucker.
And though lacking some height, Kevin, Tucker has the bounce, the reach, and the strength and attitude to do damage inside.
And Carter has it in the corner. Pass to Hunter. Back to Carter. Hawks passing it around. Got it, and the Houston lead has been cut back down to 5 as they get the points there from Dedmon.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Bembry. That one falls coming off Carter's feed.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Herter. Passes to Hunter. Back to Herter. And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th quarter. Here's Young from the arc. Another 3 for Atlanta.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on the roll and knock him down.
Here's Clemens, and Capella sends it back.
This is the real strength of Capella's game now. Outstanding at using his length and athleticism to block shots.
And Herter gets it to go. Neither team here in the 4th generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
Harden the pass to Chandler. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one.
Yeah, and Chandler, a difference maker defensively. The shot blocking, the controlling of the lane. He also gobbles up those rebounds.
Chandler hits them both. Here's Young. Pass to Capella. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up with a stripe. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
Capella wanting to work on his jump shot a little more, proving there he can get it done.
And the pass to Kira. Back to Harden. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Hawks.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Young drives in. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Game tightening up, no problem. Put the ball in Young's hand and let the young fella go to work.
Stolen by Collins. They push it up 4 on 3. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Huge turnover. At really the worst possible time. You have to value every possession, especially at this stage of the game.
1:32 left here in the 4th quarter. Westbrook throws it down.
Man, I tell you what, one of the things I love about Westbrook is the ferocity with which he attacks the rack. When he's driving inside, he's trying to punish the defender and the basket.
Young, right side. Latrey, another 3 for Atlanta.
So calm when the game is on the line. Young knows it's his job to bring this game home.
House dishes to Covington. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on DeAndre Hunter.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And here's Young, outside Collins. Here's Herter. Oh, good on the triple. Now the Rockets with it. Westbrook with it. He's picked up by Collins. Harden kicks to Covington. Shoots it. Yes!
This is exactly what happens when you allow James Harden to heat up.
Now, here is Young. To the right side. Stolen by Harden. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
The defense needs to be just as sharp, but it's not over yet.
Young against Westbrook. And a wide open look for Capella. No good from 3-point territory.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Here's Harden. It's in!
And you know the ball's going to Harden when the game's tight. Terrific at delivering and producing down the stretch.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They trail by 2. Just 2 seconds left in the 4th quarter. What's your take, guys?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the buzzer.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending.
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna end it right now.
He's going to end it.
I'm going to end it.
I feel it. I feel it. I love
The
the 2K Sports pregame show.
Well, we get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at Portland, winding things down this season. They're in that all-important 9th position within striking distance of a playoff spot.
And when you look at Portland, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Now, you just don't want to sit in the middle for too long. You either want to be competing against the top teams or starting to strategize where you can position yourself for a high lottery pick and maybe turn around your franchise's fortunes.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3. And for Atlanta, Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. John Collins is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Young in at the point. And that mid-range jump shot discouraged for many players, but not for C.J. McCollum.
I love the way that C.J. can just wind his way to spots on the floor and speeds up when he wants to, not when the defense is asking him to.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now, here's Nurkic. The fader. Lillard. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Hunter. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Lillard finds Nurkic. Lillard outside. It's McCollum on the wing. And now Young running the floor all by himself. Good on the bucket. Young's got 5.
Willing to get out and run. Trae Young will take those points however he can get to them.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Now here's Lillard. He had 25 points last game. Shot clock at 6. Collins passes to Nurkic. Ball's knocked loose.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
In the corner, Herter with it. Collins kicks to Young to the wing on the left. Hunter, the pass to Young. Another 3 for Atlanta.
This guy makes those kind of shots just look so easy. Well, Portland being up there in the PNW, that's the Pacific Northwest, always means a lot of air miles. Matter of fact, they lead the league pretty much every year in distance travel.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Herter, no good. Brent, you talk about all that travel for the Blazers. That can wear you down.
Well, interesting. The Blazers have done some particular things off the floor for their players, bringing in UV lights into the locker rooms, coffee before the game. It's very much hipster Pacific Northwest.
We talk so much about the stars in this league, Brent. Name some role players who, when they do get hot, they can be terrific.
Well, there's nobody better, and I think he's ripped out a page from Seattle's own Jamal Crawford. There's been nobody better in the last couple of years than what Lou Williams has represented for the Clippers. He's had scoring performances, Kevin, and you've been witness to them courtside, where it's just astounding that he can go and get where he wants to go and make the types of shots that he's been able to do. And this is a revelation because this is 7, 8, 9 years that he's been in the league, and he's doing this with such great impact and, thankfully, rightfully, been rewarded.
And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And Portland making a change here as Anya's checked in. We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Here's Teague. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Reddish the pass to Dedmon. Kicks to Reddish. Over Little. Atlanta again missing.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to Memphis. Teague dishes to Dedmon. Back to Teague. 34 seconds left in the first. Pass to Bembry. Dedmon with it. Shot clock at 5. Reddish kicks to Dedmon. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Here's Simons. Teague covering. Here's Trent. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Outside Teague. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, point guards sometimes show their strength. Teague does their incredible job, gets the shot to go.
The Hawks shooting their first free throw of the night. 6 seconds left here in the first quarter. And here's Little. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's Atlanta. They're up by 2. We'll be back shortly live from State. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomes. He talked about what that means to him.
A lot of responsibility. When things go bad, people.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, Hezonja at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. Then it's Little, and it's Trent in at the 2. There's the pass to Bembry. Here's Fernando. He's covered by Whiteside. 5 to shoot. Shoots from the elbow. Fernando can't get it to go.
That was some very intimidating, aggressive defense that really helped alter that shot.
And even with the shift from Budenholzer to Pierce, the Hawks continue to rely on the 3 as much as any team.
No doubt about it. I think the front office still accentuating the fact that they want to find some floor spacers after that 19th pick in John Collins, a guy that can rim run and protect the middle. They wanted to go after as much shooting as they possibly could. Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
So for the Hawks, Collins checked in for Carter. Hunter comes in for Reddish. Young is subbed in for Jeff Teague.
You go back to 2015, the Blazers lost 4 of their 5 starters in the offseason. So instead of rebuilding, they retooled around Damian Lillard, and what a piece to retool behind. Amazing how far they've come in the past couple seasons where they've placed in the Western Conference.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Out to the right wing. Pass to Fernando. He kicks it to Young. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Well, Brent, you've got to give a lot of credit to the Blazers front office, continuing to fortify this roster with under-the-radar acquisitions.
Interesting adjusting around a couple of albatross contracts to now have a team that's capable at positions that a lot of teams are trying to fill. That's the wing position.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Here's Herder. He's guarded by McCollum. Young outside. Here's the three. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And there's Lillard on the assist by McCollum. Now it's a 7-point Trailblazer lead. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Young outside. Taken away by Anthony. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Out of bounds. Atlanta takes possession. If you're wondering who's been the best among the men in the middle, look no further. Here are the leaders in rebounding for the second half of the season. Second is Hassan Whiteside.
He has taken his rebounding very seriously since the break. It's really paid off for him and his team.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
From deep, Collins. Portland grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 6 rebounds in the game. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Collins.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter. That was good D, but Trae Young showing how elite he can be offensively.
Whiteside kicks to Lillard. Collins against Collins. 6 to shoot. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. Whiteside. And the shot is good. Whiteside's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Left side, Collins. Young taking his time here. And it's off from 3-point range.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
And the basket by McCollum.
Look, I know everybody wants to play point guard, but when Whiteside starts to do it, look out.
Young against Lillard. Right side, Collins. Capella kicks to Young. There's the 3. Second chance shot.
Well, he typically carries such a heavy load on offense. Lillard shows the energy to get it done on defense as well.
It's been all about Hassan Whiteside for Portland. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the... That's all for now.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Young and Herder make up the back. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Lloyd Pierce. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Whiteside's got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, there's not a rebound that Whiteside cannot get to when he's floating around the charge circle, reaches up, snatches that one down.
Young's shot is off. The Trailblazers shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight.
Maybe not a super athlete or at least a hyper athlete in the Westbrook mode, but Trae Young's ball handling ability does some incredible things for him out there on the floor. to create space and help him change pace for those kind of angles where he can score.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. Reddish, he's checked in for Atlanta. Teague comes in for Young. And Portland with a change here, too. Hezonja, he's checked in for Whiteside. Collins kicks to Reddish. Teague with a clean look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And you love the aggressiveness of Young tacking off the dribble. And Brent, for his size, able to finish inside.
Well, he can get to the inside. He can shake guys loose. It's his ability to see the floor, Kevin. But it still comes down to that range where Trae Young has confidence to pull up from just about anywhere to get his offense going.
And the Trailblazers making a change here.
You wonder, with Nurkic last year getting hurt, just how much further the Blazers could have gone. Again, carried by C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard. Their unbelievable dynamic duo at the guard position. But the defensive anchor all year long had been Nurkic.
Reddish the pass to Collins. Here's Fernando. Back to Collins. Nurkic with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And finish off by Hezonja.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for Atlanta. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. Pass to Fernando. Kicks to Teague. Passes it to Collins. To end the run. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his fifth rebound in this one. And with their high-powered back, Brent, Nurkic providing the Blazers with that sorely needed paint presence. He is a big body.
Big body who sets screens and frees up a bunch of room for those guards that you mentioned, Kevin. But the interesting thing is about all the dirty work that Nurkic can do down low for this basketball team, picking up 10, 12 points in the painted area and putting a lot of pressure on the defense.
And Teague, here we go. And he uses the glass on the layup. Teague's got 5 now.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by Portland.
The pass to Simons. Here's Little. And again, it's Portland converting.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Over in the corner, Reddish. That one wide left.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Carter on the wing. Launches a 3. That one, no good. And here's Portland. A 14-2 run over the last bit. Little. A quick shot there, and it's off target.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
Portland leading by 22. Here's Trent. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Little passes to Hezonja. Over Collins. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Atlanta. DeAndre Bembry comes in for Collins. And then for the Trailblazers, Collins checked in for Hezonja. And Anthony subbed in for Little. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now Teague. He's got 5. That's to Dedmon. Here's Bembry to the paint. Nurkic with the block.
Nurkic seeing an opportunity there to make the impact defensively with the block.
Lillard with it. From downtown. No good that time. And so it's Portland cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Collins, and it's Whiteside in at the pivot, manning the middle. McCollum outside. Rebounded by Capella.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Tries again. Pass to Hunter. It's stolen by Anthony. Oh, Whiteside in position. Hammers the alley-oop through. Brett, when you look back at all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player, but
right.
You know the role that he had for the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely, from year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. Here's Bembry. Capella trying to free himself up. Bembry shot good.
You know, Dedmon's not going to get a lot of possessions like that, but makes a very good decision. Finds an open teammate.
Now, here's Whiteside. Dedmon defending. Whiteside, high post. Dedmon's there. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going, and you get to go to any game you want to.
Yes.
So sign me up for that job.
With courtside seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think the game is in a pretty good place right now, Kevin. And there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be 2 pretty prominent things that continually come up.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted, and I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him, all of their concern mostly is about the optics of the game.
Yes.
And right now it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt. Atlanta making a switch here. Collins is checked in.
When he was drafted, Damian Lillard said he wanted to go to the Blazers with the 6th pick. The opportunity to play right away and be embraced by the city of Portland.
And Damian Lillard says, Greg, win or lose, he wants to stay in Portland. He keeps his residence there year-round.
And talk about his loyalty. In high school, lightly recruited, he ends up committing to Weber State. His senior year, all the big schools come calling, and Lillard kept his commitment. That shows you how he's built.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland. Lillard from deep three-point land, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Amazing how much Lillard has spatial awareness. When his defender's just far enough away, he's going to shoot that quickly.
Young passes to Herter. Here's Collins, and the rejection by Collins.
Who's got CJ?
Anthony right side. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Outside Collins. He kicks it to McCollum. Clock at 6. Pass to Nurkic. Three-pointer, Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Trailblazers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn them.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Hassan Whiteside.
Just a force on the glass, did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
Here's Ford. No good off the back of the rim. Hawks have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. And Herter gets it to go.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Ford passes to Nurkic. It's tipped. The pass to Gabriel. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Kazanya's shot is off. Here's Atlanta now. From deep three-point range, Herter, no good. Here's Gabriel. And he's off on his first shot of the game. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Man, this year was so much fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way on September 4th. All new episodes of NBA 2K.
The famous We Love Houston song. And nothing. Rock, whatever works, David. Thanks. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. You look at Houston. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And, of course, the Trailblazers. They're down in the 9th position.
And for Portland, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're disappointed in that. I mean, they were hoping to take that next step.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3 slot. And for Houston, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the small forward position. And here's Harden after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. And it's Westbrook missing. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. And Collins has got the ball here for Portland.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Houston now is championship or bust. We've seen it. I mean, they've dished out huge contracts going full win mode now. I mean, they're putting it all on the line with this team.
Now, here's Covington. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Lakers.
Yeah, and his energy level in that game was amazing. He did all that work offensively and controlled the boards, too.
And the Rockets desperate for a return to the NBA Finals.
Oh, the team has had their chances. They just need to make the most of them. I mean, front office, they're doing what they can help to make the most of Harden's prime. I mean, you have to admire their willingness to go for it now.
Harden against Nurkic. Three-pointer. And James Harden hits from deep.
Harden attempts more threes than just about anyone. And you don't get that kind of leeway unless you knock him down.
Inside, deflects the pass. Now, here's Nurkic, guarded by Tucker. Collins passes to Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. Lillard against Westbrook. And it's Lillard missing.
I thought that one was going to go down. Mid-range jumpers. Oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Here's Lillard following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Collins kicks to Lillard. Back to Collins. Now the dish to Anthony. Sinks the three-pointer.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Now here's Westbrook. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
Chris, middle of last season, plenty of drama around the AD trade request. Davis wanting to leave New Orleans. Some say all publicity is good publicity. But Commissioner Silver clearly does not agree.
I don't agree either, and I think if you go back, the Lakers would say that's a self-inflicted wound. And some things are best left in the locker room. Let me tell you this. Every team tried to trade for AD except the team that didn't have him last year, and maybe the Golden State Warriors. So everyone was out there. It just wasn't the rumors. And so, no, you never really like those rumors. They affect young players, and they affect the player that may be being traded for. They affect the home fan base. They affect everyone. So you want to try to keep all of that in-house. Some things are better left unsaid.
And here are the Trailblazers now. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Simons surveying the D. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Houston. Lets it go with a 3. No good there.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Cullen passes to Simons. Now here's Whiteside. And here's Little. Rockets with the rebound. Last time against the Trailblazers, they lost in Portland.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Harden gets the bucket.
Oh, I love how Harden pulls once he gets the ball. If you play off him just a little bit.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Westbrook. Pass to Harden from past the arc. That shot missing, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Houston a whole new 5 on the floor. Trailblazers trail by 4. Pass to Trent. Lillard scanning the floor. First trip to the line for him here.
And to look at his percentage from the line, you see him at 89%. That's an indicator of what a consistent stroke he has.
First free throw is good.
What you love about Lillard is his drive. He wants to keep improving. He's a super competitive player.
The free throw is good from Lillard.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
16 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Clemens covered by Lillard. 6 to shoot. And the wide open shot from Green. Here's Clemens. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. A good close contest so far. Great team play, so key to winning. Damian Lillard.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think
knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
They've got Green. McLemore is out there with DeMarre Carroll. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Clemens in at the point guard position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Now, here's Green. No points in the game yet for him. Rivers can't get it to go.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the shot goes in.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
Clemens. He's covered by Whiteside. The pass to McLemore.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for DeMarre Carroll. And a switch here also for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Zach Collins. Whiteside, Green passes it to Clemens. Houston moving it around. Here's Rivers. Connects from three-point range. Rivers has got the lead up to 5 now for the Rockets.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
One of the game's elite scorers and closers, Damian Lillard. The game on the line, you know what time it is. It's Dame time.
Chris, you talk about degree of difficulty. Damian Lillard takes and makes some incredibly tough shots.
Kevin, the percentages don't give him justice. I mean, off the dribble, contested, from deep. Lillard is always a threat.
Now, here's Green. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Here's Lillard, trailing by 5. Whiteside finds Lillard. And here's Nurkic. Lets the 3 fly. And Damian Lillard, good for the 3. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rivers. Now a chance, guys, to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for him.
And those are some numbers that he can't be happy about. His rebounding totals have taken a dip over the past few months. He's got to get back to giving the kind of effort on the boards we were seeing from him earlier.
And it's Houston on the break. Here's Green, and it's Green with the jam.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, we know they're going to be scattered.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Here's Trent. Nurkic, the pass to Trent. Fires the three. The offensive rebound. Whiteside kicks to Nurkic. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. To the middle. Here's Clemens. Plays it up off the glass. Now it's a 6-point Rocket lead.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Pass to Whiteside. Stolen by Tucker. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Here's Clemens. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And the Rockets lead by 8.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Trent passes to Whiteside. Pass to Trent. Anthony taking his time here. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. So for the Trailblazers, Collins checked in for Nurkic. Little comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Harden outside. And Tucker has it in the corner. From deep, his second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Whiteside. He's been quiet so far, still no points in the game.
No, but sometimes you don't need a haymaker, just a jab. You got to get those easy looks inside.
Here is Harden. They have a 9-point lead. The kick out to Westbrook. Dishes it to Carroll. Outside, Covington. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Little gets the bucket. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Houston. They've led by as many as 11 points. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers. Harden finds Covington. Back to Harden. The pass to Carroll. Harden against Whiteside. Brooks there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Houston making a switch. 8 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Little. And not sure what he was thinking there. And so it's Houston, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more in store for you right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 9 points, 2 rebounds. And that'll do.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. And it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Collins. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Just 3 to shoot.
Come on.
And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. A lot of people that say, Chris, the European players are more fundamentally sound overall. Are they right?
Well, I think when you look at a guy like Doncic or Dirk or Porzingis,
Yes.
you're taking the best of the best and you're creating a whole field. So I can't say overall. I would say they've had some players that have come in and wowed us, and that's awesome. But also you have those guys going pro at the age of 13, 14, 15 years old, and so I think they may miss out on some of the other things that life has to offer, like a normal high school experience, those type of things. But I tell you what, it's a copycat league, and it's a copycat game, and so once you see players that are 7 foot coming over, shooting, passing, dribbling, I think you could say guys like Kevin Durant and others, I think you can say they're pretty sound overall. So I don't buy into that theory, but I do think for a lot of Europeans, being a professional early helps you transition into the NBA a little bit better maybe than guys coming out of college off the board.
I would agree. That one falls. Tucker's got 7.
It's easy to see how Harden's been the league's top assist man before. I mean, he makes the special feeds.
Lillard, the pass to Trent. Back to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Basket counts. And that's now 7 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And Anthony, really one of the most confident jump shooters, an elite level scorer who gets plenty of opportunities.
Now here's Harden. He's got 9. And the jam by Harden.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Portland with the ball. The Rockets making the shot. And it's Lillard missing. And here we go. And Harden with the stuff.
He's a top-tier scorer in this game. I mean, Harden only needs a few shots to fall, and then it's like watching a volcano erupt.
And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 13, and yes, it's good.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
Passes to Trent. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Back to Lillard for the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. 15 points in the game.
I mean, logs his first 3 of the second half after nailing 2 in the first. They don't want to let this fella get going.
That one goes in, and the Rockets lead by 10.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Pass to Trent. Anthony with it, a 3-ball. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Harden outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
A lot of damage from three-point range in the first half, but so far in the second, he hasn't done a thing.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
The Trailblazers have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Good on the second free throw. Houston leading by 6. 104 left in the third. And there's the pass to Clemens. Here's Rivers. Misses off the right iron. Trailblazers trail by 6. Now here's McCollum. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. To the inside. And finished off by Hezonja.
Yeah, Kevin. Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. A good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Now here's Rivers. He's got 5. Inside. Here's Carroll. And the call, and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Rockets ahead, up by 2. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
3 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Jamari Carroll is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Ben McLemore. And it's Clemens in at point guard. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Off target from three-point range. Portland trailing here. Now McCollum. Pass to Simons. Back to McCollum to take the lead. That shot is off. And the Rockets take it the other way. McLemore with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. Yep, that one goes in there.
Oh, you can't forget about the speed of McLemore. Uses it so well on his drives to the hoop.
Here's Simons, guarded by McLemore. And here's McCollum for 3. Carroll with the rebound. Stolen by McCollum. And now, here's Hezonja. He's tightly guarded. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That is his first foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Now here's Lillard. Defense is right there. The 3 from Anthony. Drains it from beyond the arc. Anthony's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy has no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
Here's McLemore. Here's Carroll. And he banks in the layup. And the Rockets lead by 3.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Lillard dishes to Anthony. Back to Lillard to tie it up. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
He's made the most of the halftime break. He shook off the problems he had in the first half, and he started to settle in.
Here's Clemens. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's Trent. Outside Anthony. Passes it to Trent to take the lead. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got his 3rd assist on the night.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Love how Harden attacks the basket when he's close by. Just relentless in finding ways to get himself to the line.
He's perfect from the line this time. And here's Whiteside. He'll bring it up for Portland. They lead by 1. Lillard, the pass to Carmelo. Fires from the wing. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Harden's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside Covington. Knocks down the 10-footer.
Can't forget about Covington in these moments. He relishes any chance to knock down big shots.
Taken away. Westbrook against Lillard. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth. Here's Trent, guarded by Tucker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's rebounded by Houston. Harden right side. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
As if there was any question, Harden with the big-time play.
Anthony finds Lillard. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Whiteside. Here's Trent. Lillard outside. Out to Anthony. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
That's an unforced error that will drive a coach crazy. You got to play heads up out there.
Houston leading by 3. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Covington. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Takes it out to Covington. Houston moving the ball around. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you know Harden loves using that shot fake and Euro step because it's so hard for defenders not to bite on it.
It's the first that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
They get what they want out of that trip. Now a 2-possession game.
The feed to Carmelo. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Well, just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Westbrook against Lillard. Looking for Anthony and gets it there. Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And Melo is highly explosive, nailing shots left and right. The D has got to get it out of his hands.
Outside Westbrook. Here's Harden on the wing. Unloads. No good. So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the dub. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20. And first looks at what's coming up in my team for 2K21.
Let's meet at the shooting guard position. 6 feet 7 inches. Number.
We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Rockets. If the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that.
And I think for the Rockets, this season has been, it's been solid. But they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
I don't think they played their best basketball. So if things do come together for them before the end of the regular season, look out.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. PJ Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the 3 spot. And for the Hawks, Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Collins is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Young in at the point. Now, here's Tucker following the missed shot by DeAndre Hunter.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks.
The one thing you can say about the Hawks, they have drafted well over the past few seasons. Stole John Collins at pick 19, traded back for Trae Young, and the Herter selection. The rebuild may not be long in Atlanta.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Ball stolen. And now here comes Young leading the break. Here's Collins. Out left of the wing. Capella kicks to Hunter. The three-pointer, no good. And Steve, the Hawks not only identify talent, they identify guys who will excel in their established system.
And that system is finding value with shooters. They also look for guys who bring the energy and also bring the effort. The size of the player isn't as important as the heart.
Harden scanning the floor. And stolen by Hunter. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Here's Herter. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Westbrook passes to Covington. And here's the fast break. Herter, no good. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first.
Not the efficient start they were hoping for. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
And it's Hunter with the jam.
And what I admire about Hunter is that opportunistic attitude. This kid just makes things happen.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Reddish, he's checked in for the Hawks. And here's Harden. Covington uses the glass to finish the layup. Covington's got his second basket of the game. Well, lately we have seen star players changing teams more often. Shorter contracts, player options. Smitty, is there any downside to any of it?
I think the downside is from a fan standpoint, you get invested in a player and he's moved in like 2 or 3 years. I think it should be where if a player wants to sign a longer-term contract with the organization, that should be a rule in play. But right now with these shorter contracts and player options, there's going to always be a lot of movement.
In the corner, Collins with it. Atlanta gets it back in a new 14. Hunter kicks to Young. Pass to Hunter. 6 on the shot clock. Another shot. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers. And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
1:07 left in the first quarter. Pass to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Hunter, and it's Hunter with the jam.
And boy, when Hunter's aggressive, good things seem to happen for him and his team.
The three from Harden, and he's good on the three ball. Harden's got 8. They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Houston also making some changes. Jeff Green is checked in for P.J. Tucker. Damari Carroll comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Rivers in for James Harden. Here's Bembry, currently averaging almost 6 points a game.
You just can't afford to leave open shooters in this league. Everyone is practicing the three.
Now here's McLemore, defended by Carter. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. "16 seconds left to play in the first. McLemore dishes to Carroll. Back to McLemore. 2 on the clock. Over Carter. They get it again. Here's Carroll. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. It's Atlanta leading by 5. 2K Sports back in a... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And for the Hawks guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Damari Carroll is out there with McLemore. Then there's Green. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Clemens in at the point. Here's Rivers, and finished off by Rivers.
Maybe not a supreme athlete, Austin does attack the rim with some force and attitude.
Here's Bembry. He's guarded by Rivers. Carter on the wing. The 11-footer. The shot off that time. And it's Houston the other way. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
They forced the issue and made the defense hack them to death last game. I'm sure they'll try to mirror that same attack in this one.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Houston making a switch here. Atlanta shooting their first free throw of the night here. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Westbrook against Teague. Stolen by Carter. Here's Fernando. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
No good on the second free throw. Rockets trail by 7. Here's Westbrook. Banked in off the glass. Westbrook's got his first 2 points.
I like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
Poke loose. Bembry the pass to Carter. Down low. Over to the left wing. The pass to Teague. Shot clock at 5. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. The Hawks again can't hit.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Green kicks to House. Back to Green. The kick out to Westbrook. Over Teague. And it's Westbrook missing. The Hawks leading by 5. Lets it go from deep. The Hawks again can't hit.
With floor spacing at a premium, they need him to hit these shots. Made just that one in the first.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. And once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Green against Teague. And Dedmon throws it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
To the wing on the left. And it's the Rockets on the break. Green with the ball. He feeds it to Rivers. He kicks to House. Back to Rivers. There's the triple. The three-pointer is right on target. Rivers has got the game tied up here for the Rockets.
Not a pure shooter in the classic sense, but Rivers is a threat out there if you give him any room.
Teague against Westbrook. Teague dishes to Dedmon. Outside Teague, just 5 on the clock. Puts it up. Rebound by Jeff Green. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Only given up 6 here in this quarter, and that one's good. Westbrook.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
The Hawks have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Here's Teague. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Carter down low. Will it go? And Vince Carter with the slam.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish, put the easy slam.
Westbrook passes to Rivers. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Rivers has got the lead up to 3 now for the Rockets.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
Pass to Dedmon. 23 seconds left here in the second. Fernando, the pass to Dedmon. There's Bembry. Misses off the left iron. To the middle. One-on-one fast break. Lays it up and banks it in. Fernando's got his second basket of the night.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
And some good. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 8 points, 2 assists. And that...
It's just a flashback, digital dash. He used to run with
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. And it's Capella in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Young. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Houston in the lead.
We call it off the bus range. Trae Young can shoot from the half-court logo with confidence.
The Rockets shooting their first free throws of the night right here. And the first one drops. And that deep range opens up everything for Trae Young.
You have to take away his airspace, Kevin, as soon as he crosses midcourt. And with his tight handle, he punishes the defense when they apply pressure.
Kicks to Capella. Back to Young. Pass to Collins. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. With the putback. And Collins is right there. Collins has got 8.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Tucker finds Harden. Off target from outside. For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Herder, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Herder's got his second bucket.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Here's Westbrook. Collins with some nice D.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Not how they envisioned this one.
Back to Capella. Pass to Young. Westbrook with the block. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And Harden with the stuff.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Young taking his time here. Hey, Smitty, every NBA player has their Mount Rushmore, every NBA fan does. The 4 players they consider the best of all time. So I'll ask you, who is on your NBA Mount Rushmore?
I would say Michael Jordan, Kevin, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kobe Bryant. Those are my 4.
Harden gets the bucket.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Westbrook against Young. Right side, Collins. Young outside. Hands it from downtown. 7 points in the game.
Let me tell you, off the catch, Trae Young transfers the ball into his shot pocket as quickly as anyone.
Tucker finds Westbrook. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Young passes to Capella. The shot comes out, and the Rockets take it the other way. Now the pass to House. Back to Harden. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Herder. Atlanta gets it back. And Young kicks to Collins. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. And 11 points for John Collins.
That's next level vision. Young could probably lead the league in assists if that were his goal.
Passes to House. Houston moving it around. Harden with it. He's got 12. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. And look now at a few years worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Harden.
And the trend that he's going through with his assist numbers dropping over the past few years isn't a good one. I don't want to say he's become a more selfish player because that's too harsh, but he's become a little too concerned about finding his own shot rather than creating for his teammates. He may want to rethink that.
Back to Capella. Second shot opportunity. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
And that one, good. Harden's got 6 points in the quarter.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. Atlanta making some changes. Reddish, he's checked in for Kevin Herder. And it's Teague in for Young. Capella, the pass to Teague. Now, Reddish. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Knocks it loose. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you've got to protect the ball.
Here's Clemens. The Rockets with another miss. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Hawks lead by 3. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. P.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Ben McLemore. Then it's Harden, and it's Clemens in at the point guard.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017, won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
Andre Bembry's checked in for Atlanta. T kicks to Hunter. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. Vince Carter is checked in for Jeff T. Here is Carter. Pass to Bembry. Back to Carter. 6 to shoot. Pass to Reddish. Over McLemore. A shot by Reddish, no good.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Harden's shot is off. And Collins has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. They lead by 1. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. The pass to Covington. On the wing, Harden to tie it up. Atlanta with the rebound.
Not in rhythm. He had the 2 triples in the first half. None so far in the second.
Hunter. A reverse. Now here's Reddish. Guarded by McLemore. Count that one. Now it's a 5-point Hawks lead. And here are the Rockets now. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Tucker finds Covington. The putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
To the wing right side. Here's Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny. Took him no time at all on that one. 19 points for James Harden.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
And Carter has it in the corner. And again, it's Atlanta.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
Harden against Carter. Passes it to Tucker. And some nice passing there by Houston. Collins against Harden. Top of the key. Reddish grabs the rebound. Atlanta leading by 4. Outside Collins. Pass to Carter. The 3. It's rebounded by Houston. And they're running. Here's Clemens. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Hawks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. To the paint. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And we've talked about Collins becoming a go-to scorer. Important points right there.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Harden. We've got 1:18 left to play in the final quarter. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on Lloyd Pierce talking with his team. He challenged his players to try to take control here. He said, this is when we want to be efficient. This is when we absolutely have to execute. Let's see if they can get it done, Kevin.
Incredible competitor. Trae Young always wants to be the one to take this shot.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Capella. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Capella's got the lead up to 7 now for Atlanta.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Young outside. There's the pass to Capella. And the layup falls. And the Hawks lead by 9.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
Here's Reddish. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
And so Atlanta takes this one.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome to the special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
Soaring high above the Willamette River towards our location tonight in downtown Portland. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for him.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Clint Capella is out there with Collins, and it's Young in at the point. And for the Trailblazers, Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. And it's Anthony in at the small forward. Brandon, looking ahead to the playoffs, when you made your first postseason appearance, were you surprised by the intensity you found once you got there?
Kevin, it was my second season. I was playing for the Clippers, so getting into the playoffs was quite miraculous on the Tona court for the organization. But the level of detail in the playoffs and intensity in the playoffs, they know everything that you're going to do. And we were playing against the Utah Jazz, which at that time...
Some pretty good players.
Yes, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Jeff Hornacek, the great Jerry Sloan as the head coach. It was a wonderful experience, but you understood that the playoffs were different. Absolutely something different in terms of the intensity and what it is that that team knew about you.
Young's shot is off. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Here's Anthony. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by Capella. Here's Herter. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
You wonder with talent around him how much more Kevin Herter's offensive game can grow.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
Collins passes to Anthony. To the left side wing. Just 5 to shoot. A 3 from McCollum. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Just so good off the pass. McCollum set up and ready at all times.
Young taking his time here. To the middle. Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. On defense, Atlanta. Here's Trent. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Shot clock at 6. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Now with 2 fouls here in the first quarter, everything changes for him. He's got to be more careful on defense.
And the Hawks making a change here. Dedmon's checked in. Here's Trent. And Hunter over to help. Anthony, no one around. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Melo not afraid to pull the trigger from deep, that time from 3.
And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. Trailing by 2. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Here's Trent. Pass to Anthony. Trent passes to Whiteside. Over Young. He claims that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
That's big. If Whiteside steps up like that, can face you up and knock down stuff from distance, it adds a huge dimension to the offensive sets.
Shot by Collins, no good. Portland leading by 4.
He's just a great finisher on the inside. John Collins, one of the game's better dunkers.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Vince Carter, who's checked in for Collins. Reddish comes in for Hunter. Andre Bembry's checked in for Kevin Huerter. And it's Teague in for Trae Young. Teague can't hit. And you pair Collins with a passer like Trae Young? Look out.
Yeah, you get him the ball around that launch point where he can get his feet together, and Trae can pretty much throw it anywhere. Collins last year a top 20 player in field goal percentage as a roll man in pick and roll situations.
It's Dedmon with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Portland's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Lillard, right side. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Lillard's got his second bucket tonight.
Just so good at rising, firing, and dismantling defenses.
Now here's Teague. Not a lot of room. And the pass to Reddish. Teague with the ball. Covered by Anthony. Here's Bembry. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man.
And they double up Whiteside. Dishes it to Lillard. Passes it to Trent. Outside Anthony. The 3. Offensive rebound. Whiteside. Puts up a 3. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Trailblazers lead by 4. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
At the 2 and the 3, McCollum and Little. Hazonia out there with Nurkic, and it's Simons in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And the basket by McCollum.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
The Hawks trail by 7. Pass to Reddish. Here's Fernando. Baseline jumper. A rebound by Hazonia.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Little, and he uses the glass on the layup. Little's got the lead up to 9 now for Portland.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Right side T. Pass to Reddish. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Simons surveying the D, and the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hawks making a change here. Capella's checked in. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. McCollum outside. The pass to Nurkic. On the clock. This one for 3. The shot, no good. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Yeah, really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
The turnover margin was well within their favor, and you have to point to that ferocious D they played as the biggest factor in that win.
And here are the Trailblazers now. After the basket by Atlanta. Passes to Hazonia. McCollum with the ball. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And Brett, with the corner 3 being such a popular shot, should we consider widening the court, making it all feel the same?
That's an interesting question, Kevin. There's been some talk around the idea of actually dissipating that three-point line into the sideline.
Yes.
And I really just wanted to say dissipating, by the way.
Well, and you said it well.
The other thing, Kevin, that has been considered, what if we went back to skinning up the lane line, back to the original George Mikan days of the lane being 6 feet wide rather than what we see today at 12 feet. That would put a ton more value on post-up and two-point play, almost so much as the three-point shot and the two-point shot in the post equate to the same amount of points per possession.
Yeah. Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Here's Simons. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Trae Young. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of this game. And he makes the first. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. And so he makes both from the line. And so, Brent, you and I know the legend of Nurkic. Back in Bosnia, a sports agent read an article about a huge policeman, 7 foot, 400 pounds. And this agent tracked down this policeman and asked him, do you have a son?
Well, that son is Jusuf Nurkic, the guy you're seeing out there. And 14 years of age, Jusuf Nurkic had never played the game of basketball. So the agent took him under the wing. And the rest pretty much history here, Kevin.
I like that story. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Hawks.
Dwayne Dedmon.
And Collins has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Simons, the pass to Carmelo. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Simons. Dedmon defending. Simons, the pass to Anthony. They grab their own miss, and Whiteside stays right with it.
Yeah, there's not a rebound that Whiteside cannot get to when he's floating around the charge circle, reaches up, snatches that one down.
And here's Young. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
Now, here's Collins. 11-point game. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. Now, here's Whiteside. D right on him. Collins passes to Anthony. And Portland again with the bucket.
Can't allow that much separation, even as the pass is coming his way. You try and crowd Carmelo as best you can.
Now, here's Dedmon. 14 points from him the last game against New York. Here's Young. In the corner, it's Hunter. Can they get it? Knocks down the three ball. Hunter's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, we know that Trae Young is a phenomenal passer, which is why you just can't leave him open like that.
And so it's the Portland.
Carmelo, you got some real numbers off the bench. And
thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during... And that's...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Yeah, avalanche warning in this one. He is just on a roll.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for Atlanta, Young and Huerter make up the back. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Here's Huerter. He is guarded by McCollum. Huerter passes to Young. Back to Huerter. The kick out to Young. 5 on the clock. Pass to Hunter. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at Portland. Right now they're on the outside looking in at the playoff seeds.
And when you look at Portland, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Now, you just don't want to sit in the middle for too long. You either want to be competing against the top teams or starting to strategize where you can position yourself for a high lottery pick and maybe turn around your franchise's fortunes. Those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy hoops.
Now, here's Capella. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Pass to Collins. There's the 3. C.J. McCollum with the rebound.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And here's Anthony from the arc. Offensive rebound.
Sometimes C.J. just with movement alone finds himself in the right spot, and this time picks up a couple of garbage points.
Here's Huerter. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Collins against Collins. It's stolen by Anthony. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Collins. And that's 10 points for C.J. McCollum. The Hawks trail by 16. Outside Collins. In the corner, it's Hunter. Back to Collins. He kicks to Capella. 4 on the shot clock. And here's Young from the arc. Rebound by Anthony. Anthony's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here 3 for 7-footer Zach Collins, showing some real potential as a 3-and-D rim protector.
The interesting thing about last year in Zach Collins was how he played in the playoffs, stepping up, playing with tremendous confidence, playing with physicality. Showed a lot of signs of why it is Portland moved up a couple years ago in the draft to get Zach Collins in uniform.
Collins, good.
Don't want to give up that kind of position to Collins at that kind of length. I think he's going to do some damage.
Trailblazers leading by 16. Now, here's Lillard, and get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game. Now, here's Nurkic. They get a hand on it. The Hawks trail by 16. Here's Young in the corner. It's Hunter. Back to Young. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. And let's quickly jump to the 2K leaderboard to find out which point guards have been the highest scorers over the last month. Second is Trae Young.
And this is a group of guys who have that uncanny knack to simply score and put points up while they find ways to get the rest of the team involved. Really the complete package.
Well, he is the modern point guard defined. Players who aren't just out there to direct traffic and keep the ball moving, but guys who can be the entire offense at times by themselves. Just tremendous scorers.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Jeff Teague unable to get his shot to go. Just 4 to shoot. Down low, Simons. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now here's Teague. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Carter outside. Now the pass to Bembry. Lets it go with a 3. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Trent passes to Hazania. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Trent, defended by Carter. Little with the ball. Here's Simons. And it's sent back by Carter. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Trailblazers up by 16. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Anthony out there with Little. Then there's Whiteside, and it's Simons in at the guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Brent, the league's been trying to clean up some of the physicality that we see, some of the jawing, but there are some players that do a great job of nonetheless getting under an opponent's skin.
I don't think, Kevin, over the past couple of years, we would deem the NBA as being more physical than at any other time. Would we say that?
I think that's fair.
We would never say that. But there are still irritants in the game. And the reason why those guys do that is because that's their competitive advantage. And that's the way the league is always going to operate. There are going to be guys out there who are going to use either their intellect to get inside your head or do things on a physical level that are going to cause you to think about what it is you're doing on the floor. Exactly. And when you find those guys, they're really interesting players to watch. You're not going to replicate their shooting form, Kevin. But in terms of sometimes their approach, there are things that you might be able to learn from a Draymond Green or a Marcus Smart.
There's no doubt. Here's Fernando. The Blazers getting the bucket. They get it back. Reddish the pass to Dedmon. Here's Bembry. Rebound by Anthony.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And Atlanta has possession after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Teague, the pass to Dedmon. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. You know, Brent, he's bounced around, but late bloomer Dwayne Dedmon making impressive strides in his game.
Yeah, you think about going from a 10-day contract to having a ton of starts as a center. This guy is very skilled, Dedmon, and the ability to go out and shoot the basketball, I think, has raised the most eyebrows about what he can do for your team offensively.
McCollum's checked in for Portland. Damian Lillard comes in for Anfernee Simons. Now here's McCollum. Back to Whiteside. Pulls it from 20. 2 points. That one goes. And the Trailblazers lead by 20.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Capella against Collins. In the corner. Herter with it. And the layup's good off the glass.
Known for being a scorer, Herter is good at staying active and then looking to capitalize inside.
Lillard, the pass to Collins. Now here's Anthony. Defense right on him. Back to Collins. Feeds to Anthony. And foul on the shot. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
And he can't get the first one.
John Collins, an amazing young talent in this league, one of the best run and jump athletes that we have at that position. So fluid out there, gets out in transition, and that's where this Hawks team can really show its young talent.
Young's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Now here's Lillard. Now Whiteside. Outside Anthony. Pass to Lillard. Over Young. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And it's that quick second and third jump capability for Collins, Brent, that really stands out.
It makes you really tough to box out. You understand not only where your teammate's shot might miss, but your own shot on the inside. And John Collins can read where it's coming off the rim, get to the ball, get right back up and score.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Portland.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense that forced the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn them.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Carmelo Anthony.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
Here's Capella. Banked in off the glass.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
The consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
6 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Shoots. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had